Hello everyone, welcome back to Bobbin's Minecraft Let's Play featuring the FTB Infinity Evolve Skyblock mod pack. You're watching episode 32. Let's take a trip to the Nether. Okay, my big cobblestone box in the Nether has changed. It is now much larger. In fact, the old box has been torn down and one that is 2 chunks in size has been built in its place. And I have set up 9 Mine Factory Reloaded grinders here, but the whole thing is not working yet because I haven't finished it. I'm going to go ahead and finish it today. Let me show you some of the features that I have planned for this grinder. It's kind of an experimental grinder. I don't really expect that that it will have the best performance of anything, but it's got some features in it that I wanted to try out. First of all, you'll notice that there are a large number of fans in here. The difference between the two sides, incidentally, let me come out of here where you can look down and see it. There are 2 sides, and one of them is essentially finished. There's still just a couple of things left to do on it, but you'll notice that it's got dirt in sort of a stair-step pattern. There are a couple of MFR spawners on it, and the other side shows what's beneath the dirt because I have not put the dirt down yet. So you can see a variety of conduits and you can see fans. And that's what's going on here. There is a stair-step pattern so that the fans can be underneath the surface and still work pretty effectively. I just turned the fans off and I'll come inside here. Now you might have noticed me going through that little hole. The roof is clear. It's made out of Ender IO fused quartz, so nothing will spawn on it because it's a transparent block. But you can see down into it, and it is blast resistant, just in case there should be a ghast or something like that that tries to shoot through it, or one of those Thaumcraft fire bats blowing up or something like that. So it's controlled by a couple switches out here that control the fans. I just turned them off. All the items go through this tesseract, and that's where the power comes in. Now what I want to do to finish it up is to start with 2 things. I need to go ahead and put the dirt in on this side over here. So let me just do that now. I've got my builder's one and I've got some dirt. And if I come over here, I can just start putting down dirt. And there'll be a couple places it doesn't fill in that I have to patch it up. Now I've got the MFR spawners in here, but since I put that in, I've decided I want to go ahead and have a slightly higher spawn rate in a couple of ways, and one of them is was planned from the beginning, and I'll talk about that one in a minute. But the other one is I'm just going to go ahead and put in some skeleton spawners from Ender IO. These don't require essence. One of the things that's going on is the MFR spawners require essence, and that's why we've got all these grinders over here killing mobs. The grinders are actually getting essence. It's a liquid that accumulates here in the bucket or in the tank, and it's being sent back over to these grinders right here. Now this one is spawning magma cubes. This one is spawning skeletons, and these 2 over here are going to spawn skeletons when I get them hooked up. But I'm just going to go ahead and put in between these another an MFR powered spawner. It's getting power and it's probably going to start spawning in a minute. Yes. Okay. I thought I turned the power off, but apparently not enough. Let's make it always active because there is a redstone signal underneath here. It's what's driving the fans. Alright, let's come over to this side. and put that one in there. This one will need a capacitor. It's always active. Do I have a capacitor out here? Yes I do, right there. Lots of mobs spawning here, although really, considering that it's territory where mobs could spawn if they wanted because they don't care about light level and it's dark anyway, and these are about the only spawnable surfaces in the whole area, you would think the spawn rate would be higher than it is. Part of it, of course, is that I'm pretty close right now, but if I got up here, you still wouldn't see just an enormous number of spawns. There are places in the nether where it spawns a whole lot more. I'm not sure what the difference is. This area near the nether gate has never spawned very much. So there is one other thing I want to do to just really amp up the spawn rate in here. And I probably won't get any drops that are especially useful from it, but it will generate more mobs, which means more essence, which means that these spawners will not, the MFR spawners will not have any sort of delays in their function. And the secret that I'm going to use here is, the reason why there's dirt down there, I'm going to use cursed earth. So, cursed earth in the nether. That sounds like a winning combination. Why wouldn't you want that? So let's just put some chunks down, and it will spread out over the whole area, given enough time. But mostly I expect it will spawn pigmen, because that's mostly what spawns. And this is sort of an uncontrolled spawning process. And let me just put that away. So we do have some pigmen here. It no longer will care about proximity, and it will soon be very dangerous to be inside there. Let me go ahead and put the final piece of glass in place and power everything up again. Just tell it to ignore that. Turn the fans on. And let's see what's happening in there. We'll just step back just a little ways. And so I'm getting mobs. Now, the wither skeletons are pretty obvious. They are for getting their skulls so that I can spawn the wither. The reason for doing the magma cubes is it's an alternative to spawning slimes. I'm going to go ahead and spawn slimes in the overworld as well. When I said that the Galgadorian metal requires slime balls, actually what it requires is magma cream, which you can craft from slime balls. But if you just have the magma cream to begin with, you don't do that. And I can see that our spawn rate is really beginning to pick up here. So this is quite a few mobs that are beginning to show. Let me just cut the video for a little bit, and I'll come back after the cursed earth has spread around some more, and we'll just see how crazy it gets in there. Okay, about 15 minutes has elapsed. I didn't keep precise time, but that's about how long it's been. And there are a lot of mobs in here. Things are not actually moving to the exit as fast as I would consider ideal, but they do eventually make it down there. Probably it just needs more fans and closer together. I'm not going to tweak it at this point. I'll probably build another one at some point and maybe just alter the design a little bit in that one. But it is spawning a lot of mobs, and they are getting killed. It looks like when I was down here looking at the grinders, they're not really backing up too much on essence, which suggests that the spawners are not really running at full capacity, although they are backing up a little more than they were the last time I looked, so maybe they're getting a little more than they were. When they're completely backed up with essence, that will imply that the MFR spawners are really probably running about as fast as they could. Let's see what sort of results we're getting so far. So when I started this, I didn't have any wither skeleton skulls, and I didn't have any magma cream. Let's see what we've got now. Wither. So we've gotten 5 wither skeleton skulls in about 15 minutes. That pace is going to have to pick way up, but that is actually an improvement over what I was seeing. And then for magma cream, I've got about 70 of them, and that is actually a pretty nice rate to be getting it. What's going to be going on, the magma cream of course is used in making the Galgadorian metal, which is one of the items that's going to be bottlenecking on recipe for the creative energy cell. It looks like we're not bottlenecking at all on pellets of RTG fuel, and not really very much on resident energy cell frames, and certainly not on Lumium. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting enough quantum solar panels. There are only 9 of them per, so I think that I probably will get that all working. I'm just going to have to do some work to get the solarium made a little faster. But the Galgadorian metal has been slow because of first mushrooms and now slime balls, so this should be picking up on that. The other piece that's missing here, I haven't started the work on yet, and that is, it requires, well, that is, I hate that you can't go and look in that. Creative energy cell. There we go. It's this draconic flux capacitor. I've actually got to do some work in draconic evolution to be able to make this thing, but I'm hoping to do that quite soon. Maybe by next episode I'll have something. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do next episode, but it could be that, or it could be something related to blood magic. We'll see. So I know this has been a little bit of a short episode, but I think that we've definitely made some progress here in terms of getting the ingredients I'm going to need to finish this particular achievement, and so hopefully that will continue on as we need to. Since I am going to go ahead and wrap up the episode, there is one thing I have done on dragons I can go ahead and do. I should probably plan these things, shouldn't I? I have built a platform out here, which I think will be used for some of the draconic evolution rituals that I have to do here in the end. So I have a place for them. I just haven't actually done any of the work yet. So with that, I am going to go ahead and close the episode, and I'll just say thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.